Hello dear students, and welcome to our virtual classes. My name is Emma Matreniuc and I'm an English language teacher. So, today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, and this is traditional American holidays. Please have a look at the first slide. Tell us what you see. There are a lot of interesting pictures that are associated with different American holidays, and probably you recognize them. These are about New Year, about Christmas celebrations, Halloween, Thanksgiving, the Independence Day, and many others. So, today in class, we will recall the names of the holidays, we will work with the vocabulary, read the text and identify the terms, discuss one of the notable holidays, find out the historical background, and understand the importance of that holiday. Look at this picture, please, and see the list of some of the American holidays we celebrate and that you studied. It's Groundhog Day, it's Flag Day, Labor Day, Halloween, it's Martin Luther King's Day, President's Day, Independence Day, Columbus Day, Thanksgiving, and many others. So, before we talk about one separate holiday, let's look at these names and try to match the holidays to the seasons. So, the New Year's Day, it's of course winter. Independence Day, summer. Christmas Day, it's also winter. Martin Luther King's Day, in January, it's winter. Labor Day, September. Veterans Day, November, it's also autumn. Memorial Day, in spring. Flag Day, summer. Thanksgiving, fall, autumn. Halloween, also autumn. And St. Valentine's Day, summer. Okay, now let's get acquainted with some of the words and match the synonyms, because later we will have them in our discussions. Look at the words to deliver, to pioneer, minister, prize, segregation, to observe, to combat, and riot. And let's look at the synonyms: to initiate, separation, pastor, award, to give, civil disorder, to strive against, and to celebrate. So let's try to match them. To pioneer and to initiate. Separation, segregation, you're right. For pastor, we have minister. For award, we have prize. For to give, we have to deliver. For civil disorder, riot. To strive against, to combat. And to celebrate, we have to observe. That's right, let's continue. Have a look at this picture, please. You probably recognize this face. You probably recognize this look and this personality. And a famous phrase, I have a dream. Of course, this is Martin Luther King and his famous excerpt from his famous speech. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. So, this is a famous phrase, famous words that moved the nations, that moved the minds of people, because he was indeed a fighter and a promoter of human rights. Now, let's have a look at the text with an information about Martin Luther King's life, his activities, and his work. Here in the frame, we have some words that we have already discussed, and we have to fill in them in the text. So, each year, Americans celebrate the life of the U.S. Civil Rights Movement's best-known spokesman and leader on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The movement, pioneered by Martin Luther King, pressured the American government to end legalized segregation in the United States. Born in 1929, Martin Luther King Jr. was a Baptist minister, best known for using the tactics of nonviolence and civil disobedience to combat racial inequality. He helped organize the March on Washington in 1963, where he delivered the "I Have a Dream" speech he's best known for. In 1964, he received the Nobel Prize Peace for his civil rights work. Towards the end of his life, he expanded his campaigning to include opposition to poverty and the Vietnam War. Mr. King was assassinated on 4th of April, 1968, in Memphis, Tennessee. News of his death was followed by riots in many U.S. cities. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is a paid federal holiday in the U.S., meaning civil servants and many school pupils are given the day off. The day is observed on the third Monday of January each year, the day closest to his birthday on 15th January. So, look again through this text. Please pay attention on the words that we used. They are all connected with life and activity and these domain where Martin Luther King was prominent at. Now please have a look at this picture. This is the memorial of Martin Luther King Jr. It was opened to the public on August 22 in 2011, after more than 2 decades of planning, fundraising, and construction. It's a big statue, and you can see his shrewd eyes. And here we have a task. Please unscramble the quotation that was engraved on the monument. Now have a look at this picture. This is the picture of the memorial of Martin Luther King. It was opened to the public on August 22 in 2011, after more than 2 decades of planning, fundraising, and construction. And now we have a short task. Unscramble the quotation that was engraved on the monument from these words: a, the, mountain, stone, out of, hope, of despair. And we have out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. This is indeed a big and very impressive statue. The quotation that you see was taken from Martin Luther King's speech, "I Have a Dream," delivered during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom on August 28 in 1963. Okay, now let's look and read some very famous quotations of this legendary person, because there were many of them, because this was a very famous and prominent figure who was very important for the entire nation. He who accepts evil without protesting against it is really cooperating with it. You can use these quotations for a report, for an essay on different various topics in other different subjects and disciplines that you learn. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Think about these words. Aren't they important? Aren't they significant? Yes, they are. The time is always right to do what is right, said Martin Luther King. And this is really true. When you want to do something, just start doing it and not wait for the next day. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into friend. These are only few phrases that can open the activities and the life of this very significant figure. So far for today, dear students. Hope that you found a lot of new and important things in this topic. And we welcome you to know more about traditional American holidays from our virtual English classes.